What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Rantin Review Pro Wrestling, and this is a news and commentary break. So, as you probably know by now, the big story that came out Monday night is this whole controversy with WWE and Sasha Banks and Naomi. And it's just to summarize, and I'm sure you've probably heard this already, but Banks and Naomi, Sasha Banks going by, whose real name is Mercedes Fornado, and of course Trinity Fatu, obviously she's married, Naomi, they are the women's tag team champions in WWE. They walked out of Monday Night Raw, went into John Laurinaitis' office, laid the tag titles on his desk, and decided that they were not going to work that night. WWE, in a press release, issued a statement about it. I will read in a second. And they also, on commentary, which is very rare for them to acknowledge this kind of stuff on commentary, which probably means that Vince is not happy at all. Now, the reports are, and again, keep in mind, this is stuff from wrestling, quote-unquote, journalists. So take all of this stuff with a grain of salt as to what actually happened behind the scenes. I think, between that and WWE's press release, you're probably getting a massage story. I'd probably wait to hear what Sasha Banks and Naomi have to say about this if we ever find out from them in the future, and then put it all together and then see what parts are consistent and what parts aren't, and then you'll probably get a better idea of the truth. But I don't think any of us are really going to know the entire truth behind this. But WWE's press release says, when Sasha Banks and Naomi arrived at the arena this afternoon, they were informed of their participation in the main event of tonight's Monday Night Raw. During the broadcast, they walked into WWE Head of Talent Relations, John Laurinaitis' office, with their suitcases in hand, placed their tag team championship belts on his desk, and walked out. They claimed they weren't respected enough as tag team champions, and even though they had 8 hours to rehearse and construct their match, this is where WWE is giving their perspective on it, they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with two of their opponents, even though, here's more editorializing, even though they had matches with those individuals in the past with no consequence. Of course, they're not naming the individuals. People are assuming it's Becky and Asuka, which, Asuka does wrestle a bit stiff. And, I don't think it's Doudrop and Nikki ASH, but whatever. Continuing with the press release here, Monday Night Raw is a scripted live TV show whose characters are expected to perform the requirements of their contract. We regret we were unable to deliver as advertised tonight's main event. Signed, WWE Corporate. So that's WWE's official statement. Again, the rumor mill is going around that there was stuff going on all day. On Twitter, Naomi and Sasha, I think Sasha Banks definitely has unfollowed everybody. Naomi put out some tweet about burnout. The women's division in WWE has been up and down over the last several years. Sometimes it is the best women's division in the world, and other times it's an unmitigated mess. The last couple months it's been an unmitigated mess, and it's just very hard when you have talent like Naomi, who's been around for a long time now, and she's married to somebody who is a top star. The Usos and Roman Reigns, they are the top. And I think that's probably why Naomi can feel she can pull, she can, I'm not saying this in a negative way, she can pull her card like this because she does have some largesse within the company because of who she's, the family she's involved with. And the same thing with Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is obviously a big star, is becoming a star outside of WWE. Obviously, she's related to Snoop Dogg. She was in The Mandalorian and Disney Plus. They want her back for more stuff with the Disney Star Wars universe and future iterations of that, which could lead to other things for her. Obviously, with Marvel's push on female hero characters, she could also be part of that in the future too. Who knows what role she could play in there. So there's a lot of options for Sasha Banks outside of WWE, and Naomi, I think, is again, calling them out and like, look, some of this stuff is BS. Now, there's two ways to look at this. You can look at it from the perspective of WWE and like, look, you have a contract, you're supposed to perform. Here's the script. This is what you're supposed to do. Like any actor in any movie, like any actor on Broadway, like any music performer. Hey, you're supposed to, show up at this concert and perform, and this is what we got for you. And, you're supposed to do it. And that's the contract you sign. The other side of it too is that, and who knows what the details of this contract are, but if you are unsatisfied with things and you've been promised certain things and they didn't come to fruition, or if you feel that the company is not doing right by you, you definitely should have the regress to or the ability to it's hard to kind of describe this for me, because I had a similar situation a long time ago in the past with contracts when I was a performer for a certain company. So there's a lot of sides to this, and again, I think it's too early to kind of really pinpoint what's going on. The main thing I want to do with this is just kind of present the story as to where it is, and to kind of, as far as the commentary side, say that, we really don't know. It's easy for certain fans to instantly take WWE side, or to instantly say WWE's trash and take the performer side, but sometimes WWE's not in the wrong, and sometimes the performers are not in the wrong. And in this situation, I don't think anybody really knows yet. So I can't really form an opinion about it, whether or not Naomi and Sasha are unprofessional, or whether WWE is taking advantage of its performers. Both things could be true at the same time as well. So who knows? But this is a story that's probably going to go on for another week or two. I don't think that either one of them are going to become the Joker this week's AEW. That is not happening. Sasha Banks is not going to be on AEW this week as a Joker in the Britt Baker match. In fact, I'll give my opinion on that right now. I'm hoping that it's the artist formerly known as Ember Moon who winds up being a Joker on Dynamite this week against Britt Baker in the Owen Hart tournament. But don't expect Naomi or Sasha Banks to be there. I've seen people already saying that. That's not going to happen. They're not even released from WWE. There's no mention in this press release, if you notice, that they've been released, because, like I said, Sasha Banks and Naomi, they've got a little bit of clout. They've got a little bit of a weight that they can throw around a bit. And WWE's not going to just willy-nilly release them, because they know the worth of Sasha Banks outside of WWE in the entertainment space, and they know the worth of Naomi being married to the family that they are featuring as the prominent crown jewel of the company. In fact, why is it that Naomi and Sasha Banks as the tag team champions are not part of Roman Reigns and the Usos with the whole table thing? They're tag champions anyway. I think they'd fit in with that. That'd be kind of cool, but who knows? Anyway, going off on a tangent there, but I want to know what you guys think about this situation. Let your voice be heard in the comment box below. And until next time, I will see you guys later on either today or tomorrow. I'm going to be doing night 2 of the Best of the Super Juniors, and I'm going to try to keep up with it, because those shows come out late at night, so I got to watch it the next day after work. So they're going to be a little bit behind, but I'm going to try to catch up with it as much as I can. So stay tuned for that. We got some AEW news heading into Dynamite this week, which should be a stacked show, and some news I'm going to talk about with Kenny Omega and the AEW video game, which does not sound good at all. So until then, I'll see you guys here for more news, rumors, and commentary right here on the Rantin Review Pro Wrestling. Have a good day.